Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you some highly sought after, very rare custom art pieces. I know you're all extremely interested, so I'm just going to get right into it. Here we have what's known as the cowtopus. That is a cow-based octopus with some unnecessary words written next to it. I'm not really sure why that is. Here, this is one of my favorites. We call this one the reticulated Vumpler legs. I'm sure you can all relate with this picture. Clearly, this describes everyone pretty much all the time. Alright, and here we have what's known as a manwich. It's basically a face on a sandwich. And there's a little tree at the bottom. And that's about it. And here we have the very coveted midnight buffalo. Now this is not something a lot of people can handle, so you'll notice up here at the top I wrote danger, because you need to proceed with a bit of caution when encountering the midnight buffalo. And you'll notice he's also actually taking a shit at this moment. I think we just caught him at a weird time, but that's okay. And here I felt a little dragony, and I put a weird quote on there that I'm sure I heard somewhere, I don't know, but I just felt like drawing a fucking dragon, and I did. And then I put Dragon Balls at the top because I don't know, that was what was running through my mind for some reason. Here we have our galaxy. Some people think it's called the Milky Way. I'm actually fairly certain it's called Zimbabwe Bob. You can tell these are all the planets. Obviously, they're pretty much, in exactly the correct augmentation, which I know is not really the right word. I don't really know what word to use there. But yeah, that's basically our galaxy. Here we have a Dragon Man, and I don't really have anything to say about that. He's got weird nipples though, that's for sure. Not sure why. I just, I don't know. There's really not much to say about that. Here are some very interesting UFOs. Obviously you can tell these are real. And you'll note just how fucking cool they are. And here is an attempt at drawing. This one I totally copied from a picture on the internet. I just looked at it and did a pretty bad recreation. I wanted to draw an Archon from StarCraft, and I realized I can't really do that. Or at least I'm pretty sure that I just didn't have that in me at the time or now. And so I just looked at this cool picture and improvised quite a bit. Here we have some more UFOs. You can see how well drawn and just accurate they are. I mean, the lines and the shapes we have going on here, you can really tell the effort put in to recreate the realism here. Here we have a deer snake. I'm sure that's something you're all familiar with. You see those big snakes with giant deer heads on them. This is pretty common. Here we have two of my favorites. One of This is, I think, Top Hat Larry. I'm sure you're all pretty familiar with this guy. It's another pretty common sighting. And then we have Harry Berry, who's kind of just doing his own thing over there. I have a terrible picture of like Jupiter, and I tried to draw its magnetic field. I don't think anybody really wants to see that. Here's Sky Captain. I'm sure this is one of the more coveted and sought after pieces that I know a lot of people have been looking for and requesting. So here you go. This is the Sky Captain. See, he's got a cool jet there. This is Mr. Roboto. I think you can tell he's some kind of robot in what looks like a factory of sorts. I mean, there's boxes and some lights and some fuel tanks or something, and maybe like a panel on the wall. It's fairly standard robot environment. And here we have Mr. Partito Ches, who is clearly either a farting piece of cheese that's also a person, or he's just cheese with a muffler. You know, you can really decide for yourself whatever Mr. Partito Ches is for you. And he's also in his own environment, which is just like a dog food bowl with a cube, because that's usually where cheese hangs out, you know. I'm sure you're all familiar with cheese. This is a very big cat, as you can see by the label. This was like a picture on a video that I was watching, and I decided that I wanted to draw it, and it's actually a pretty poor recreation. But it's still better than if I just tried to draw a cat by my own imagination. Probably says something about myself, but whatever. This is basically, New Age Picasso. So, you can tell this is a very, very coveted, very rare piece. Not a lot of people can handle something like that. This is a bird, kinda, and the moon, and some stars, and some clouds. And this is a pirate ship, and there's a monster down at the bottom, and some more stars, and the moon again. Let's see here. Here we have a pretty cool wizard, and here we have another wizard, or it could even be the same one, just at a profile doing some wizard things. And this is a big snake. Oh, look at that. Now this is actually a pretty coveted one. This is the online bovine. You'll notice, I'll see if I can straighten that out. You'll notice that he is indeed online. Those are fence posts with line between them, and he's just tied to it. So he's basically an online bovine. Let's put that one there. And this is another cow type object, maybe a buffalo, and he seems to be angrily kind of staring at this octopus down here at the bottom, who's innocently hanging out in what could only be described as a field, perhaps. Here we have a very goofy looking dude who is missing a hand. And his hand seems to be wrapped in something. Not really sure what's going on. He's got a nice little hat. And here we have a whale and a bird and then a dude in a boat just kind of moving around, I guess, paddling by the whale. This is actually another one that's pretty sought after by a lot of people. This is basically dinosaurs. You can see the one here is some kind of brontosaurus slash stegosaurus thing or something. He's also got balls on his chin, which is a very, very unique trait for the dinosaurs, especially the brontosaurs. And we also have what must be his friend up at the top, just a pterodactyl, kind of hanging out doing his thing. And here we have some kind of worm kind of guy. He's just a wormy dude. And this here is a crab. Look at that. I totally copied that too. Like, I just looked at a picture of a crab and drew that, which is, you know, it is what it is. And then here is a giant frog. And he's just kind of doing his own thing as well. He's having a pretty good time. And then here I will show you this last one that I've always liked quite a bit. This is incredibly coveted. You know, I've had several offers for this over, you know, over $5 billion on each offer. You can obviously tell this is the meat septemberist, also known as man ossobuco, and burnt ends maybe. And you can see that this is a man inside an ossobuco, and you know, you can see the light just hanging from, I guess, a cord, and then there's a glass of water over there with that shadow on it, and you can see, you know, the expression on the man in ossobuco as he contemplates his existence and really lets it sink in, as well as leaking out a little bit of blood on the plate because, you know, obviously it's got to be medium rare. And, you know, you got a little bit of green beans to the side there, some mashed potatoes and some peas. And, you know, it's just the man ossobuco. There's not much else I can really say about that. So we'll wrap it up with that. I'm sure you were all quite enthralled. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys next time.